There's always something happening around the globe. We are here today to get you updated about events and programs from around the globe. A very good morning and warm welcome to Dharma Television Collective News. This is Srishti Khadki. Moving on to the headlines. One person has died of corona infection in Saptari district. Corona infection is spreading in the valley. Government's decision not to allow trade on sidewalks and open spaces. Far Western Province has spent 53 crores for COVID management. An earlier order issued by the government regarding the prevention, control and treatment of corona has been changed. 3 killed in Doti bus accident. 2 killed in jeep accident in Palpa. The price of gold fell by Rs 6,200 per tola today. Government decides to give Rs 1 million to each family killed in the Rukum incident. Workers from India not to be allowed in Nepal. WHO concerned with Russian COVID-19 vaccine wants to review vaccine safety data. Bhutan coronavirus lockdown for the first time. Google's Android phones to detect earthquake provide alerts. Here we go for news in detail. One person has died of corona infection in Saptari district. An 80-year-old resident of Sriraha in Rajbira 6 of Dakneshwari municipality died on Tuesday night. The deceased was suffering from heart disease, thyroid, sugar and high blood pressure. Earlier, a 45-year-old man from Gadia of Rupani Municipality 5 and a 72-year-old resident of Rajbira 6 had died of corona infection in Saptari. So far, 3 people have died due to corona infection in Saptari and 84 people have died due to corona infection across the country. With the end of lockdown, the cases of corona are on the rise in the Kathmandu Valley. On Tuesday alone, 134 people were infected in Kathmandu Valley. Currently, there are more than 500 infected people in Kathmandu. The number of infected is increasing daily. Ministry spokesperson Dr. Jageshwar Gautam informed that more than 500 people have been infected in Kathmandu, Parsha, Rohtahat and Mohottari. The total number of infected people has increased from 17,994 to 23,948 when the lockdown ended on July 21st. The government has decided now to allow any other trade, including sidewalks and open spaces, to operate indiscriminately as the corona infection is on the rise. The local administration and localities have decided to ban it as the sidewalks and open trade increase congestion and the risk of corona infection increases in the community. The government has directed private and public companies to provide safe food and shelter while running various businesses. The industry has also been instructed to provide necessary quarantine and isolation infrastructure in its area to manage future risks due to corona infection. Far Western Province Chief Minister Trilochan Bhatte has said that the government is doing its best for the prevention, treatment and management of coronavirus in the state. In a meeting of the State Assembly on Tuesday, Chief Minister Bhatte said that the corona infection in community level had not started in the state due to the efforts of the government to prevent it, stating that 4,785 people had been infected in the state so far. He said that one more PCR machine had come into operation at Sethi Provincial Hospital for corona testing. Preparations to operate one machine each in Doti and Baitari have reached the final stage. He directed his response towards the hesitating opposition party members by stating that the government had so far spent around 53 crores for COVID management. The government has brought changes in previous orders regarding the prevention, control and treatment of corona, which has become a global pandemic. Announcing the decision of the Council of Ministers at Sinkhadarbar on Tuesday, Government spokesperson Dr. Yuvraj Khatiwara said that the decision has been taken to take food prepared from hotels and restaurants now that the services of hotels and restaurants have been opened. Similarly, the government has decided to make arrangements for the service to be provided electronically by all the offices, bodies and organizations in direct contact with the people, including government and non-government bodies, banks, cooperatives, microfinance and financial institutions in the districts and Kathmandu Valley, where the number of transition is more than 200. Spokesperson Khatiwara said that for the performance and service delivery of these bodies, it has been decided to set up work from home in which a maximum of 50% of the employees will be present in the office alternately and other employees will be working safely from home. Similarly, 10 border checkpoints have been opened for those coming to Nepal from India. The international border checkpoints have been closed till September 16 as the risk of corona infection is high. It has been decided to suspend long-distance public transport, educational institutions and international and domestic flights till August 31st. Spokesperson Khatibura informed that it has been decided to tighten the checkpoints at the entrance of the valley. 3 persons have died on the spot when a bus met with an accident at Flowload of Purvi Chowki, Gaonpalika 1. The bus NE6KHE 2529 heading to Acham from Kailali met with an accident at around 5:30 p.m. According to District Police Office, the road was slippery due to heavy rains and the bus fell 30 meters from the road. The dead have not been identified yet. A team of Nepal Police and Armed Police Force is preparing to rescue the injured and send them for treatment. 2 people have been killed and 6 others injured in a jeep accident in Palpa district. Thakur Prasad Phal, 63, an unnamed 3-month-old boy died on the spot when a jeep LU1JA2887 met with an accident at Galda of Nisti village on Tuesday night. The jeep fell 700 meters from the road, police said. 6 persons were injured in the incident. The injured have been shifted to Tansen district headquarters for the treatment. The driver of the jeep has run away. Today, the price of gold has fallen sharply. According to Federation of Nepalese Gold and Silver Entrepreneurs, the price of gold fell by rupees 6,200 per tola as compared to Tuesday. Nepalese Gold and Silver Entrepreneurs General Secretary Dharma Bajracharya said that the price of gold fell by rupees 6,200 for the very first time. The Federation of Nepalese Gold and Silver Entrepreneurs has fixed the turnover of hallmark gold at rupees 94,900 per tola. Today, the price of silver has been fixed at rupees 1,210 per tola. News that Russia has developed a vaccine against COVID-19 has boosted investor sentiment in international market, with gold price falling and the dollar strengthening as gold investors seek to secure profits. According to government spokesperson Khatibura, it has been decided to give rupees 1 million to the families of those killed in the incident in Rukumi West Chaurahazari municipality on June 24th. Similarly, the injured have been provided medical treatment as per the bill. Navraj BK, Ganesh Buddha Magar, Lokendra Sunar, Rajiv BK, Govinda Shahi, Jajakot, Indra Bahadur Shahi and Tikaram Sunar of Beri Municipality 9, Jajakot were killed in the incident. It has been decided to provide relief to his family at the rate of rupees 1 million. Similarly, it has been decided to provide the amount as per the medical expenses of the 12 injured. The government has banned people from entering Nepal to work from India. Government spokesperson and Minister of Communications and Information Technology, Dr. Yuvraj Khatibura informed that the decision was taken at the cabinet meeting held on Monday. Spokesperson Khatibura clarified that the decision was taken due to the spread of infection due to the increase in human movement in the border area at the time of corona pandemic. The government claims that the risk has increased due to the increasing movements in the district bordering India. The decision of the Council of Ministers of the Government of Nepal on Zest 12 had decided to allow people to enter Nepal through 20 border points. However, the meeting on Monday amended the decision, saying that the COVID-19 infection had increased in the last few days and made arrangements to enter Nepal only through 10 different border points. Spokesperson of the government and Minister for Finance, Communication and Information Technology, Dr. Yuvraj Khatibura told the press conference on Tuesday that it was decided to allow people to enter Nepal only through 10 border checkpoints. Minister Khatibura said that it has been decided to allow entry into Nepal only from Kakarvita of Jhapa, Rani of Morang, Madar of Siraha, Gaur of Rohtahar, Birganj of Parsha, Bihalia of Rupendehi, Krishnanagar of Kapilvastu, Jamunaha of Bake, Garifata of Kailali and Gada Chowki of Kanchanpur. Similarly, the Council of Ministers has also decided to suspend traffic at all entry points entering Nepal till midnight on Bhadra 31st. However, as per the decision of the Council of Ministers on Zest 12, it has been decided to facilitate the Nepali nationals who have to return home to enter Nepal. The World Health Organization said any WHO stamp of approval on a COVID-19 vaccine candidate would require a rigorous safety data review. After Russia announced Tuesday it had approved a vaccine, President Vladimir Putin said Russia had become the first country to approve a vaccine offering sustainable immunity against the new coronavirus. We are in close contact with the Russian health authorities and discussions are ongoing with respect to possible WHO pre-qualification of the vaccine, the United Nations Health Agency's spokesman Tariq Jasarevic told reporters in Geneva at an online press briefing. Pre-qualification of any vaccine includes the rigorous review and assessment of all the required safety and efficacy data. Russia's Sputnik V vaccine has been developed by the Gamaleya Research Institution in coordination with the country's defense ministry. A total of 165 candidate vaccines are being worked on around the world, according to the latest WHO overview produced on July 31st. Of those, 139 are still in preclinical evaluation, while the other 26 are in the various phases of being tested on humans, of which 6 are the furthest ahead, having reached phase 3 of clinical evaluation. The Gamaleya candidate being introduced in Russia, which is among the 26 being tested on humans, is listed as being in phase 1. Kirill Dmitriev, the head of the Russian Direct Investment Fund, which finances the vaccine project, said phase 3 trials will start on Wednesday. Industrial production was expected from September, and that 20 countries had pre-ordered more than 1 billion doses. Every country has national regulatory agencies that approve the use of vaccines or medicines on its territory. Jasharevich explained. WHO has in place of a process of pre-qualification for vaccines but also for medicines. Manufacturers have asked to the WHO pre-qualification because it is a sort of stamp of quality. The pandemic has seen an unprecedented mobilization of funding and research to rush through a vaccine that can protect billions of people worldwide. Bhutan has been largely shielded from coronavirus, but on Tuesday, the remote Himalayan kingdom, famous for measuring gross national happiness, went into lockdown for the first time. The country of 800,000 people between India and China has recorded just 130 novel coronavirus cases and is one of the few nations to report 0 deaths. The lockdown ordered in the early hours of Tuesday allows only essential services for an initial 5 to 6 days, said Prime Minister Lotte Schering, a doctor who continues to practice on weekends. Everyone is asked to stay home to protect themselves from the disease should there be undetected rampant transmissions, a statement from his office said. The announcement came after a Bhutanese woman who had returned from Kuwait and was released from quarantine after 30 days tested positive around 10 days later. 3 rapid antibody tests were positive during her time in quarantine, throughout which she was asymptomatic, but 6 PCR tests were all negative and she was discharged on July 26. A 7th PCR test came back positive on Monday, and since leaving quarantine, the woman was found to have traveled extensively in Bhutan, mixing with family and friends and even shopping. As of midday, the Health Ministry had traced 210 people suspected to have come in contact with her, the Prime Minister's office informed. Alphabet, inclusive Google's Android phones, on Tuesday started detecting earthquakes around the world to provide data that could eventually give billions of users precious seconds of warning of a tremor nearby, with an alerting feature first rolling out in California. Japan, Mexico, and California already use land-based sensors to generate warnings, aiming to cut injuries and property damage by giving people further away from the epicenter of an earthquake seconds to protect themselves before the shaking starts. If Google's approaches for detecting and alerting prove effective, warnings would reach more people, including for the first time Indonesia and other developing countries with few traditional sensors. This is all for now. We'll be back with more news and updates. Till then, keep watching Dharma television. May all the sentient beings be at peace. Stay safe.